I want to go back to something you said earlier, because I know a lot of people will hear you say, well, Candace, you're speaking a lot about, the black family, but then you married a white man.
Yeah.
Dr. Umar would have a huge problem with that. You familiar with Dr. Umar?
I have heard of him. I have not listened to him, I'll be honest.
I beg your pardon?
What is his argument, actually, if you could just repurpose his argument
He
for me?
feels
everything black.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Every damn
No,
thing.
he feels black men should be with black women, because when you're talking about it from an economic standpoint, you want to grow the wealth as a black family.
But that doesn't...
And if you marry somebody from another race, then, your wealth will be with that person, and he doesn't like that.
Okay. I would love to talk to him more about that, because, it's always very interesting to me to hear this paradox of black people who will make an argument that, the system is racist, and then also make an argument like this, which is essentially making an argument for the Supreme Court to revisit Virginia versus Love and basically say that black Americans and white Americans shouldn't be marrying. I think the greatest thing ever is when people come together on the basis of who they love and get married. For me personally, I never thought of my husband as a race. It's just very interesting to me that see people go, she's married to a white man. When I look at my kids, I'm not like, oh, my kids are mixed. I married the person that it made the most sense for me to marry. I have a mind that is just, if you even knew half the things that I'm thinking about, the stuff that I'm reading, just go, 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 go all the time. It's difficult for me to find, it was difficult for me to find a partner that was a challenge to me, the challenge that I needed, whether you want to say like an academic challenge, whatever it is, with my same interests. It just was. What you will know, a lot of times people think that when people come together, it's because of how they look. Actually, I actually read this in a Thomas Sowell book, or maybe it was a Shelby Steele book. People tend to marry their IQ, which is interesting. You think like if you see two black people together, oh, it's because they are two black people, but actually they are probably better matched based on their IQ. I fell in love with my husband just because I think he is one of the most brilliant people ever. I love him very much. The stuff that we talk about, I'm like, there is no other person that I could have married. We have 3 beautiful children who are growing up in an environment that I am just so happy that I was able to, what every parent wants, to give your children better than you had, and that's all I can say. I'm just the luckiest person in the entire world.
How is he going to feel about you not finding him attractive and just liking him for his mind?
Oh my God. What?
He got the smear already ready for the journalists that are listening. Candace says her husband is not. It was a bonus that I also think that he's beautiful and gorgeous and handsome, but it really was about his mind, his ability to just dive into any subject and comprehend it, just any subject. Whether you're talking about mathematics, economics, politics, he could read a book on chemistry, read a book on building houses, and he just comprehends the concept very quickly. So I know I married the right person, and I want every person to never allow race to be a barrier to you finding love. That is so foolish. That will stop you. And by the way, there has been so much toxicity particularly in black relationships because of the media portraying black men as this or black women as this. And we just have to stop doing that, Yeah.
Have you ever dated black men before?
Yeah. I dated black men, which is another thing that I always find really funny because the media tries to portray me as someone who only liked white guys. Actually, if you want to be honest, I started off on a really strong Asian kick in my life.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I was going to marry an Asian man.
What's fine?
I did. My first boyfriend was Japanese. My second boyfriend was Korean. I just really loved Asian men. It was weird.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you was in Stamford, Connecticut? There was an Asian population in Stamford, Connecticut?
Well, there's Asian population everywhere.
I don't know. So was there a higher one in Stamford, Connecticut?
No, I think I just pursued Asian men. I don't know. I just liked Asian guys.
Yeah.
Candace Owens fetishizes Asian men.
Oh my gosh. Stop painting the headlines so they can grab it. What is wrong with you?
Have mercy, another coon.
So that is very interesting to hear Candace Owens saying, just to get her perspective on the marriage situation. And for those of you who don't know, her husband's name is George Farmer. He was the former CEO of Parler, which is actually a conservative social media platform. And just to hear her perspective on it and how she's saying that he was compatible, he's the perfect guy for her. She's conservative as well. But listening to her, and I agree definitely, but when it comes to social justice and or speaking for your race and your community, I think you can be critical, but in terms of really being a stand-up person or speaking out for that, I don't think that you could have much credibility in your community or be taken seriously when you are married to someone of another race or ethnicity. It's almost like you're undermining whatever movement or progress that you hope that your people could make, because it doesn't set quite the foundation for that. And we see this with other races, other ethnicities, whether that be someone who is Indian speaking out for Indian rights, someone who is Jewish speaking out for Jewish rights, etc., etc., etc. You don't see them with someone of a different race talking about specific rights. Now, you guys are probably going to give some examples, but I'm just speaking on the norm. So Candace Owens, one thing I do like about her is that she's willing to get on any platform and talk with anybody and really debate. It's not like she's ducking anybody. A lot of people don't like Candace Owens because they say that she panders to the right wing. She panders to the white man. But Candace Owens does say a lot of stuff that is true about the community. And you don't really see too many black women doing that. If black women do that, they're going to be shunned by the community and not looked at as someone who's really down with the community. And Candace Owens being where she's from, and it's strange to hear Charlamagne said that, which was weird in itself. Is there an Asian community in South Connecticut? And I'm just like, Charlamagne does get on a lot of people, but a lot of times these people are so detached from reality, man. It's like you don't know, you get on other people about them not knowing certain things, but then you don't know certain things. And you can say, well, JR, how is he supposed to know? I mean, you act like Asians are like some secret. There's an Asian community pretty much in every area, even the smallest of towns. But I know what he was saying in terms of a large community. But whether she dated black guys in the past, which I thought was an excellent question because I would have asked her that, she shifted that conversation fairly quickly and said that I started off with Asian guys. I was into Asian guys. I don't think she dated any black guys, to be honest with you, because I think she would have said some things in terms of that. I don't think she dated any black guys, and if they did, they probably would have came forward. But that's on Candace. It doesn't take away from what it is that she's saying is true, regardless of who it is that she married. But in terms of being the forefront or a leader of certain things, I don't see that happening, and being a strong voice within the community. The whole thing in terms of IQ, maybe she just didn't come across. Maybe she shot her shot at this dude, which you see a lot of these sisters do. A lot of times they shoot their shots at these guys. But we're in America. Race is very important. Just bottom line. Look at Kamala Harris. She's married to a white guy. A lot of these ladies, a lot of these figureheads, a lot of these women in politics, so just politicians in general, a lot of times these women are married to white men. And the black community sees that as a no-go. But hey, that's what Candace said. That's her interesting reason for marrying her husband. He has a high IQ. She has a lot of stuff that goes on in her mind that only a certain man will be able to handle. So that's her. Anyway, y'all see I'm back sitting down. This is just for right now because I didn't feel like setting everything back up. I'm sitting down right now, and we'll see if I continue. I look even shorter sitting down now, man. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think everybody's entitled to their opinion, but do you think that she should be taken seriously? The other thing about Candace Owens, right? Candace Owens was on the Daily Wire. Candace Owens has her own, she's been on a lot of podcasts. I think she's been on Joe Budden recently. I think she was on somebody else's. But she's making her rounds, and I appreciate the fact that she's not ducking and dodging, regardless of it stepping into the lion's den, especially on these left-wing platforms that she's popping up on. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings in abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.